team. They come back, they get a couple of third down conversions, you go right back down the field. And really
Frank Sanders now joins us, as you just heard the big voice guy. And Frank, I might be eating some crow. They win the next 3 games, 10 wins. I think you called it. So I'll have to maybe take you a round of golf or something, right?
Look, I'm gonna do like JG say, man. We just got to stack wins and try our best to, play the opponent that's in front of us and try to walk away with a win. That's what Coach Jonathan Gannon says. I am in agreement with you. You got to take me to a golf course somewhere after 10 wins with a steak, nice bottle of something, so we can celebrate together, Rob.
Wow. All right. I like that. Hey, just to be in your company and just to be seen around you, say, hey, that's Frank Sanders. Oh, who's the little guy next to him?
That'd be me.
I'll take it, so whatever I can get, I get. Hey, I've been asking this same question. It's a little redundant for the last 3 hours, but I'm going to ask you too. This Cardinals rebuild, the alleged 3-year rebuild, would you say they're ahead, behind, or on pace at this point at 7-7 this year?
I would say we're probably, with expectations of what we thought we had, I would say that we're probably we're right on pace.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I mean, barring the injuries that have happened with the team and just the up and down process of, watching this team grow with a new offensive coordinator, watching the team grow with a new defensive coordinator, and a makeshift a bunch of players that was just put in together by the geniusness of Monty in regards to the free agency market. This team is still really coming together with JG's actually players. From that standpoint, we're pretty about even on par, even with the draft of the guys we've gotten. And ability to what we see so far, 7-7. It's not what we want it to be, but it's definitely on par.
Frank, watching Marvin Harrison Jr. yesterday, 6 targets, 2 catches. I want to get your thoughts about how many of those other 4 he didn't catch he should have caught. And you think I don't know if he's realized how strong, quick, and aggressive these defensive backs are in the National Football League. I saw some basic fundamentals I want to ask you today of what he probably should have did better, because you had strong hands. You were aggressive to the ball. You and Larry and Quan. I just don't see that yet, or will we see that?
No, I mean, I think, look, that's the beauty of the NFL, right? Every week is different, and every cornerback that you meet, being that he's the number 1 draft pick, he is also, our star receiver on the team. He's going to get a different mindset of a different cornerback every week, and that's something I'm sure he's learning. I saw some things that I thought there were catches that he probably could have just snatched out of the air, been aggressive with, and pulled down. And that would have been my approach at that time. But Marvin's has played a totally different in his career as a wide receiver coming from Ohio State. Remember, he's been one of the last, when we look at the last 3 drafts, he's been one of the top 3 receivers that have come out of Ohio State in the top first round. So he's played with good receivers, and most of the time he's been the open wide receiver catching balls down the field, not really having to be aggressive all the time. But once he catches the ball, he makes the play. And look, Manuch, there were plays that I thought he could have made. But again, this is the beauty of the NFL. Some of the cornerbacks that he faced, they're going to be his same height. They're going to be his same weight. Their hand-eye coordination skills too. So, and again, I thought there was catches he could have made. But again, the DB did make good plays as well.
Frank Sanders is our guest on the Right Toyota Guest Line. Frank, let me do a follow-up with that. How much of a difference is it when you're a wide receiver and now you're trying to catch a football thrown by a quarterback, a different quarterback than what you were accustomed to in college? Does it take a wide receiver, a rookie wide receiver, time to figure out that QB with the flight of the ball, how hard it's thrown, the trajectory, all of that is encompassed in being a great wide receiver? Explain to me and our listeners if indeed I got any merit with that or not.
Jimmy B, you do. I mean, there's always a difference. I mean, I remember when I got here, and my first year I was playing with Dave Craig. And Dave Craig's a right-handed quarterback. He throws a little bit. At the time I called his ball wasn't a fast ball. It was more of a changeup, but it was still a great pitch, a great ball to catch. And then the next following year, Year 2, I got Boomer Sison, who's a left-handed quarterback with a lot of tailspin on his ball. So there's an adjustment you do have to make with the backs. But I look at Marvin Harrison and what he's been able to do in his career and the quality of people he's played with quarterback-wise. His adjustment should be easy. That's what makes him a first-round draft pick. That's what makes him the guy he's supposed to be in the NFL, as well as a first-round draft pick for the Arizona Cardinals. So I think the adjustment should be there. I look at our quarterback, Kyler Murray, and Kyler makes every throw. His ball doesn't have a lot of tailspin.
3.
So it could be either touch pass or he can zip it in there. So that's the adjustment that I would think that they would have made by now, or he would have been able to make that adjustment a lot faster, because the qualifications or the quality of receiver that he is, Jimmy B. But I would say that the time that they're in right now, this is week 15. I mean, we should know what we're doing.
Exactly.
And the quarterback that he has now, the difference is if he goes from Clayton Tune to Kyler Murray, there'll be a difference in that. That's just timing wise. But for his arm, the quarterback, how he throws the ball, this is week 15 in NFL, and they should be on page right now.
And on top of all that, James Conner with 130 yards total offense, over 100 yards rushing. He truly is. He's that guy, right? If that running game is going, the play action, all the above. But talk about Conner
2.
as you've watched him these last 2 years.
You know what? You got to be excited about him. You know what I mean? Just as a team, he's a leader on and off the field. He has the same energy and same mindset about winning. And about coming to the game. We've seen this year that he's had to share some time with some very young, athletic, and fast running backs in his stable as well. But he's been the same guy, and I think that's just the beauty of what he's to do. Like when the offense is on, the O-line is blocking, you begin to see him do what he does naturally. But when it's not there, he still makes things happen. He's a two-way receiver, running back. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, and he can also and he runs downhill at great pass level. So what he did yesterday was what we would expected out of him a lot this year. Just again, our offensive line didn't have the game they've had a couple games here or there throughout the season, but yesterday they got after it. They really did. But I also add this here, though, the balance of having Trey McBride go out and do what he does as a tight end. Manute, you just know what he does. He makes the defense
1.
plays. They can't bring a guy in the box. They literally have to keep, the strong safety aware of what Trey is doing. So he's not getting touched. But when your tight end is on, they make a defense very honest. And so that is the beauty of what he's able to and add to our offense, which allows, James Conner to become one-on-one with the Mike linebacker or the backside linebacker. And now, therefore, they have to play him honest, and he can make anybody miss. So yesterday was a very good execution of both guys. I mean, what Trey did, and then also what JC was able to accomplish.
Yeah, I know I didn't get to talk to you about this last week. I know you've been working through it. Are you getting through that slice? You all right? You need a lesson?
Oh, no, we're good, brother. I mean, we're good now. I don't even need. Remember after the formula I told you, like, we can actually dumb it down now, just one shot less, because my ball right now, my ball flight is really good, brother. Me and you need to go out and play. So when you see this game, I'm going to smash you, Rock. I'm going to smash.
All right. The thing is, Frank Sanders is the only guy that I've ever met in 56 years being on this planet that plays in a golf tournament that goes about 5 hours. And then instead of going right after and, getting your food and all that, he's hitting balls. VJ Singh. He's the VJ Singh of charity golf tournaments.
That's a true golfer right there, Frank.
Working through that. I love you, buddy.
Hey, Rock, man. If you ain't trying, man, you got to try, man. You got to get better some kind of way. So I seen one of the pros do it one day and it looked good. I'm just trying my best to be my best.
That's why you're a former professional athlete and I'm not. So I get it. I wasn't wired. I didn't grow up the same way. So I wasn't that competitive. I lost a tennis match. Oh well, big deal. I just want to go to Dairy Queen after. All right, buddy. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. That's Frank Sanders joining us here on Rock and Manooch. Jimmy B. Follow him on Twitter, X at Frank Sanders 81. He's also on Instagram too. He does a lot of good stuff on Instagram. Our Learn on Row 1 calls next, right here on Fox Sports 910.
You're clear. From the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I-10 eastbound.